Okay, and we're live, and welcome back to the UX Psychology channel. My name is Nick. I'm here with my colleague David DiSipio in Melbourne, Australia. Welcome, David.
Hi, Nick. How you going?
Yeah, really good, man. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. It's nice and early here, about 6:53 in the morning.
Oh,
Sun hasn't come up yet, but look, it's okay. It's all good. It's going well. How are you? What time is it over there?
it's 10 to 10, and for once, it's actually hotter than Australia in the winter.
Because no way. How hot is it?
It's 30 plus degrees here, which for London is pretty rare, and it's been that way for about a month.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get moving because we've got a short amount of time this evening. David's got to get off to work. I've got kids to deal with. So, first of all, let's do quickly. Anything of interest in the past couple of weeks in your UX psychology world?
Oh, well, yes. We've had lots. Oh, the last meetup was towards the end of last month, and I don't think we've touched base since then. And the reception was fantastic. The Slack channel keeps growing, and I also just recently released an article on user interviews, which was fantastic, on usability testing, and they really brought home how we can apply psychology and understanding of biases to the work that we do.
Very cool. Very
How about
cool.
your space, Nick? How's it going?
Yeah, I'm just busy. I've got a private client I'm doing lots of work for. I did a talk at the UX Professionals Association last week that was great, really well received. We talked about personalization, and I'll show you some slides from that in a moment when we do our research roundup. In fact, should we do that right now? Why don't you go kick off first?
Yeah, you want me to kick off first? Well, it's a good segue. You can kick us off, Nick, please, with your slides. I've gone first lots of times.
Okay, I'll be really quick because we've got to get done in about 6 minutes. So I'm just going to share my screen. That's probably broken the internet. Right, here we go. Okay, so you should all be seeing Similarity Attraction by Bird, 1971. At the UX Professionals Association, we talked about the challenges of personalization. And one of the things I raised was similarity attraction. This is the similarity attraction effect or principle, some people call it. Effectively, it's saying that we tend to like people who are like ourselves. Some people say it's an evolutionary thing, so that if you're a zebra and you see another zebra, it's probably got the same properties as you. It's probably not a threat to you, and therefore you don't need to worry about it. And so you tend to herd with other animals who are like yourself. And we are animals and we are herd animals. And so similarity attraction is one of those mechanisms which we can use to not manipulate behavior, but to affect behavior. My PhD work really looked into this. I won't go into it now. It takes too long. But before everybody out there goes and starts designing for similarity attraction, read more into it. Similarity attraction isn't a straightforward thing. Occasionally there is dissimilarity attraction, that more kind of aspirational, or where you're attracted to the opposite. Right. It's a really interesting area. I would encourage everybody to go read up on it.
This is fascinating, Nick. So just one quick question though, because so if I needed to apply this today, like what's one thing that I could apply to my designs or in my research? Like how would I do it?
So marketing people are always kind of trying to leverage the similarity attraction effect through the choice of media, through the choice of assets, photographs and the like. If you're wanting to appeal to a certain segment, it's obviously a good idea to have that person in your photograph look like your target segment so they can identify. So it's like me saying, oh, look, there's a zebra watching the same TV as me. Maybe I'll buy that same TV. That sort of logic. You know what I mean?
Like it.
So... yeah, you're saying, look, you're like me and you like that. Well, then maybe I'd like it. It's that sort of thinking. If you want to read up more, the really interesting stuff is this stuff by Clifford Reeves and Byron Nass at Stanford University. There's actually a book called The Media Equation. It's a summary of a whole ton of experiments that they did testing the similarity attraction hypothesis between human and computer, i.e., do computers act like humans in an interaction? And the bottom line is, yes, they do. People treat computers in the same way they treat other humans. I'll talk about this in excruciating detail another time. Super interesting areas. Go look at the media equation. Go look at the similarity attraction effect. And I promise you, tons of ideas will come forward.
Nice.
Right. That's me. Over to you, big man.
Looks fantastic. What I'm going to share today is some research, but a nice tool that I found. One of my colleagues actually shared with me, Libby, and it's actually something that all of you can use. It's called the Laws of UX, and you may have seen this or you may have not, but I really like this, and it's helped me with this week with writing a report for one of our clients. And as you can see, if you just go to Google and you type in Laws of UX, it'll be the first one that comes up, and you can just click through all the different types of laws. So there's like law of common region, things that you may know, but things that also you might not know. Laws of pragnans, I can't even pronounce that, but let's have a look at what that means. But people will perceive and interpret ambiguous or complex images as the simplest form possible because it is the interpretation that requires the least cognitive effort for us. Interesting. And then it has some key takeaways. The human eye likes to find simplicity and order in complex shapes because it prevents us from becoming overwhelmed with information. There you go. How interesting. And then it goes into the details. The one in particular that we used this week was in the report, generating some insights and some key themes. And one of the actual key themes that we had was Jacob's Law, because a lot of what was people were saying was actually, we've been to other sites and this is our expectation on how we actually think that this should work. So very, very helpful, and I encourage you to go and look at Laws of UX. I don't work for Laws of UX. I just found this very helpful this week and just wanted to share. So that's my piece.
Oh, very good, very good. Yeah, no, I love that stuff. Everyone's always quoting Fitt's law, always. You know, the size of the target moderates the speed of targeting effectively, i.e. the bigger the button, the easier it is to hit.
Did I just not share my screen?
I don't think you did. And actually, for a while, you might have done. I think I was sharing and I forgot to stop sharing for a little bit too long. So that might have broken it. So I apologize. That was my fault.
There we go. That's fine.
It's okay. Listen, they can Google the rules of UX, the laws of UX. They'll find it. And I think I saw you shared it on LinkedIn. So if they're following you on LinkedIn, they can find it that way.
Fantastic. We could even share it in the show notes.
Yeah, totally. No worries. Brilliant. Right. It's just 10 o'clock my time. That means it's time for you to go to work.
I need to go. Thanks, Nick.
David, always a pleasure, mate. Have a good one, and we'll speak soon. Thanks,
Likewise,
everybody, for watching, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks very much for watching. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.